You might not feel like you're on your way to being rich, but wealth isn't always about having a mansion or a fancy car parked in your driveway. Sometimes it's the small, quiet habits you're already doing that are steadily building your financial future. Maybe you're saving a little each month, paying off debt, or making smart choices without even realizing how much they add up. These low-key signs show you're on the path to getting richer, even if it doesn't feel like it yet. Let's walk through the everyday habits that show you're quietly building wealth. One of the clearest signs you're building wealth is that you're living below your means. This doesn't mean you're pinching pennies or missing out on fun. It's about spending less than you bring in, whether that's skipping overpriced takeout sometimes or choosing a reliable used car instead of a brand new one. For example, if you earn $4,000 a month and spend $3,200, that extra $800 can go towards savings, investments, or paying off debt. Over time, those small decisions make a big difference. You're not trying to keep up with your friends' spending or buying every new gadget. You're focusing on what's important to you, and that's a powerful way to grow your money over the long haul. Another sign you're getting richer is that you're saving consistently, even if it's just a little. Maybe you put $50 or $100 a month into a savings account, or you contribute a small amount to a retirement plan through work. It might not feel like much, but it's like planting a tiny seed that grows over time. For instance, saving $100 a month for 20 years at a 5% return could turn into more than $40,000 without you adding anything extra. You don't need to be stashing away thousands to make progress. The fact that you're regularly setting aside something, no matter how small, shows you're thinking about your future, and that's a quiet but strong step toward wealth. Paying off debt is another big clue you're building wealth, even if it doesn't feel like it. Every time you send a payment to a credit card, student loan, or car loan, you're taking a step toward financial freedom. It might not seem exciting to send $200 a month to a creditor, but every dollar you pay off means less money wasted on interest. For example, if you pay off a $10,000 credit card with a 15% interest rate, you're saving about $1,500 a year in interest charges. That's money you can keep or use elsewhere. If you're steadily chipping away at what you owe, you're building a stronger foundation for your finances, and that's a sign you're getting richer without even noticing. You're also on the right track if you're avoiding lifestyle creep. This happens when your spending doesn't shoot up every time you get a raise or a bonus. Maybe you got a $5,000 raise but didn't rush out to buy a bigger TV or move to a pricier apartment. Instead, you put that extra money towards savings, debt, or investments. This choice keeps your expenses steady while your income grows, giving you more room to build wealth. It's not about living like you're broke. It's about staying intentional with your money. If you're keeping your lifestyle in check, you're quietly setting yourself up for a richer future. Another subtle sign is that you're curious about money and how to manage it better. You don't need to be a financial expert, but maybe you've read a book about budgeting, listened to a podcast about investing, or asked a friend how they save for big goals. Learning even a little bit can go a long way. For example, finding out that putting money in a retirement account like an IRA can lower your taxes might motivate you to start contributing. Or maybe you learned that high-interest savings accounts give you a better return than a regular checking account. Every piece of knowledge you pick up helps you make smarter choices, and those choices stack up over time to build wealth. Having an emergency fund, even a small one, is another sign you're getting richer. If you've got $500 or a few months' worth of expenses tucked away in a savings account, you're prepared for life's unexpected moments, like a car repair, a medical bill, or losing a job. This safety net means you don't have to dip into your savings or take on debt when something goes wrong. It's not the most exciting use of money, but it's a practical way to protect your progress. If you're setting aside cash for emergencies, you're showing that you're thinking ahead, and that's a hallmark of someone quietly building wealth. If you're investing even in small amounts, that's another clue you're on the right path. Maybe you put $25 a month into a low-cost index fund, or you contribute to your company's 401k plan. Investing isn't just for rich people. It's for anyone who wants their money to grow over time. For example, $50 a month invested at a 7% return could grow to about $24,000 in 20 years. You don't need to understand every detail of the stock market or pick individual stocks. Just starting with something simple like a fund that tracks the overall market shows you're letting your money work for you, and that's a key part of getting richer. You're also building wealth if you're steering clear of get-rich-quick schemes. If you're not falling for hype about risky crypto investments, day trading, or guaranteed money-making opportunities, you're already ahead. People who quietly build wealth know that slow and steady is the way to go. You're more likely to put your money in a safe, boring option like a savings account or diversified fund than to bet it all on a friend's startup or a trending stock. This patience protects your money and lets it grow steadily, which is how real, lasting wealth is created. Setting goals, even if they're not super detailed, is another sign you're getting richer. Maybe you want to buy a house in a few years, take a big trip, or just feel less stressed about money. You don't need a complicated plan, just a sense of what you're working toward. For example, if you're saving $150 a month for a $15,000 down payment on a car, you're moving towards something real. Having goals helps you stay focused and keeps you from spending on things that don't matter in the long run. If you've got even a rough idea of where you want your money to take you, you're building wealth with purpose. You're also showing signs of wealth building if you're comfortable saying no to things that don't fit your priorities. Maybe you skip an expensive group vacation because you're saving for something else, or you pass on buying the latest phone because your current one works fine. This doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you know what you value. People who are quietly getting richer don't feel pressured to spend just to fit in or look successful. They make choices that line up with their bigger goals, and that's a powerful habit. Taking advantage of small opportunities to save or earn more is another low-key sign. Maybe you switched to a cheaper phone plan, negotiated a lower cable bill, or picked up a side gig like tutoring or selling old clothes online. These moves might seem small, but they add up. For example, saving $30 a month on bills and investing it at a 6% return could grow to over $10,000 in 15 years. If you're looking for these little wins, you're quietly boosting your wealth without needing a huge salary or a fancy job. Protecting what you've built is another big indicator you're getting richer. This could mean having health insurance, renters or homeowners insurance, or even a simple will to make sure your money goes where you want it to. These steps ensure that a medical emergency, a car accident, or an unexpected event doesn't wipe out your progress. For instance, having health insurance means a hospital bill won't drain your savings. If you're taking practical steps to safeguard your money, you're not just earning it, you're keeping it, which is just as important. If you're starting to feel a bit more at ease about money, that's another clue you're on the right path. Maybe you're not worrying about every bill or panicking over small expenses anymore. Perhaps you sleep a little better knowing you've got some savings or investments growing in the background. This peace of mind isn't about having millions in the bank. It's about knowing you're making progress, even if it's slow. That quiet confidence is a strong sign your wealth is growing. You might also notice you're starting to think about giving back. Maybe you donate a little to a cause you care about or help a friend in need. This shows you're not just focused on piling up money for yourself. You're thinking about how to use it to make a difference. For example, giving $50 to a local charity might not seem like much, but it's a sign you're comfortable enough with your finances to share. This generosity, even in small amounts, is a marker of someone who's building wealth with a bigger purpose in mind. Finally, if you're celebrating small wins, that's a great sign you're getting richer. Maybe you paid off a credit card, hit $1,000 in savings, or got a small raise. Taking a moment to feel good about these milestones keeps you motivated. It's not about waiting for a big payout. It's about recognizing the progress you're making along the way. If you're giving yourself a pat on the back for these steps, you're building the mindset of someone who's steadily getting wealthier.